The first reader response essay you're doing is on Thomas Jefferson. So, just a quick run through of what I'm expecting for this paper. First of all, you need to get Michael Hart's edited volume of Thomas Jefferson, A Declaration of Independence. It's by Verso Books. And Hart does have a very good introduction to Jefferson's writings that are in there. So you need to get that. I have a few pages, a few comments down here to help guide your reading. And remember, this is only about a 2 to 3 page paper. 2 1/4, 2.5 is fine. Double space, 12-point font, 1 inch margins. Those are the key things you have to do for this paper. That, and anytime you quote from the book, which on average, out of these 2.5 page papers, you probably want to have somewhere between 3 to 5 citations per page. And you could do something as simple as like Jefferson page 3 or Jefferson 3, something like that. So I just know where you're getting the quote from. So parenthetical citations is what I want. But the main thing is, it's just to illustrate that you're working through Jefferson, going over just the basis of his ideas about freedom, liberty, happiness, all that jazz that's part of Declaration of Independence, that you're dealing with that in some way, shape, or form. As you can see in the book, it does cover the drafts and even his own notes about putting together Declaration of Independence. Finally, it does deal with some of the aspects of his views in general about rebellion and freedom. His famous, like, it's every good now. It's good every now and then to spill a little blood as a way of keeping those in power in check. And then probably the most controversial aspect of Jefferson is his views on race. So, and there's some later letters and writings that deal with that. So altogether, you want to include elements of this in your paper. But the main thing is you want to be able to fill out about 2.5 pages of analysis. A short intro, a short conclusion would be a nice way to sandwich the paper. You're not really writing a thesis or anything. You're just basically declaring, okay, I'm writing about Jefferson, and this is what I found in his views on freedom or liberty or whatever, however you want to frame it. That's not as key. The key thing is you want to. I mean, that's important. The key thing is you really want to show me that you are getting the basis of Jefferson and the founding fathers. Looking at Jefferson as a way to kind of look at some primary sources on the founding fathers. I do suggest maybe this one way, if you're like, dude, this guy writes weird. It's an old writing. It's hard to figure out. Use your textbook, the Foner textbook, the U.S. textbook you're reading. Look a passage on Jefferson and use that to kind of build up your argument. So you can do a quick, who is Thomas Jefferson? Well, he's blah, 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 blah. Third president, author Declaration of Independence, just major things about Jefferson, Enlightenment thinker, whatever. You could add that in as a way to start off the paper if that'll help you kind of, do a little background historical stuff. And the same thing applies. If you do that with using Foner, just do the parenthetical citation. So it'd be like Foner, comma, and then the page number, and then, end the parentheses. So that's basically what you're doing. And it's pretty straightforward. Hopefully, don't overthink it. You're basically just giving me a couple page analysis of a primary source. We'll do a similar thing with Frederick Douglass later in the semester.